True crime isn't just about chills and thrills. It's a powerful tool. It can expose the dark underbelly of society. It reveals the cracks in our systems. These stories, often stranger than fiction, force us to confront uncomfortable truths. They remind us that justice isn't always served. But they also offer a glimmer of hope. By shedding light on injustice, we can push for change. We often think of high-profile cases. These captivate the public's attention. But lesser-known stories also hold immense value. They provide a unique window into systemic issues. These issues often go unnoticed. They simmer beneath the surface. True crime can bring them to light. These stories resonate with us on a human level. We connect with the victims. We grapple with the complexities of the crimes. This emotional connection fuels our desire for justice. It compels us to examine the larger societal forces at play. True crime can spark dialogue. It can challenge our assumptions. It can push us to demand better. By engaging with these stories, we become more aware. We become more informed citizens. We become better equipped to fight for a more just world. Consider the case of Lonnie Franklin Jr., the Grim Sleeper. This serial killer terrorized south-central Los Angeles for decades. His victims were primarily black women. Many were overlooked by law enforcement. The case exposed the deep-seated neglect of marginalized communities. It highlighted the intersection of race, poverty, and justice. Then there's the story of the Central Park Five. 5 teenagers, 4 black and 1 Latino, were wrongly convicted of a brutal attack. Their case revealed the dangers of racial bias in the criminal justice system. It showed how easily coerced confessions can lead to wrongful convictions. This case sparked a national conversation about police misconduct and systemic racism. Another chilling example is the case of Jeffrey MacDonald. This Green Beret doctor was convicted of murdering his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. The case exposed flaws in forensic evidence and the power of a compelling narrative. It raised questions about domestic violence and the presumption of innocence. These cases, though different in nature, share a common thread. They all unveil systemic issues that plague our society. They highlight the ways in which power, prejudice, and neglect can intersect to create injustice. The impact of these cases extends far beyond the courtroom. They leave lasting scars on the victims and their families. They erode public trust in institutions. They fuel social unrest, yet they also have the power to ignite change. The Central Park Five case led to reforms in interrogation techniques and eyewitness identification procedures. The Grim Sleeper case brought attention to the issue of missing women of color. It sparked calls for better tracking and investigation of such cases. These stories serve as stark reminders of the importance of accountability. They highlight the need for police reform, judicial oversight, and social justice advocacy. They force us to confront uncomfortable truths about our own biases. The echoes of these cases can be felt in the ongoing fight for racial justice, police reform, and criminal justice reform. They remind us that the pursuit of justice is an ongoing process. It requires constant vigilance and a commitment to holding those in power accountable. True crime is not merely a form of entertainment, it's a call to action. It's an invitation to engage with the complexities of the world around us. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in creating a more just society. By delving into these stories, we become more informed citizens. We develop a deeper understanding of the systemic issues that plague our society. We become better equipped to advocate for change. We can support organizations fighting for justice reform. We can educate ourselves and others about these issues. We can use our voices to demand accountability and transparency. True crime, when approached with a critical eye, can be a powerful catalyst for social change. It can inspire us to create a world where justice is not a privilege but a right. It starts with awareness, it grows with action. It culminates in a more just and equitable society for all.